As you can see here, this is a block diagram reduction problem wherein they've asked to find out the transfer function, that is C of S by R of S for this problem, which is repeated in March 2014 VTU question paper. Now as you can see in this problem, there are 8 gain blocks which are interconnected to various summing points wherein the output is taken at G1. Now using this you can't solve, you have to rewrite the same problem separately, which I've rewritten here. As you can see, this G7 takeoff point is connected to various branches, like it's connected to G2 and G5 as I've written here. It's connected to G8 and G8 is in turn connected to a summing point which connects G3, and G7 is connected to a intersection summing point which I've written here, which has G4 and G6, G4 and G6, and G4 is connected to this intersectional takeoff point between G1 and G2 as I've written here, and then G6 is connected to this summing point which connects G3 and G8, and the output is taken at G1 block. The next step is to reduce the block diagram as I've written here, wherein G6 was common to both the blocks, that is it was common to G8 block and G2 G5 block, and G6 becomes in series with G4 for this block and G6 becomes in series with G7 for this block. Now G8, G6, G7 are with a negative feedback. As G6 and G7 are in series, they get multiplied and has a negative feedback with G8. Using transfer function formula, that is G of S divided by 1 plus or minus G of S into H of S, you can substitute the answer for this block, wherein as they have given negative feedback, you have to take positive here. G of S is G8 divided by 1 plus G8 into G6 into G7. Now you can add this block in the block diagram and rewrite it. And G2 and G5 were in series, they get multiplied. Now again this entire block forms a negative feedback wherein this block and this block are in series, thus they get multiplied. Now this block becomes a negative feedback with G6 and G4. By using this transfer function, you can use this formula, which is G of S divided by 1 plus or minus G of S into H of S. Here G of S is G8 G2 G5 divided by 1 plus G8 G2 G5, and H of S is G6 and G4. When you solve this, you get this particular block, which I've considered as A and rewritten the block diagram, which becomes in series with G3 and G1, thus it gets multiplied G3 into A into 1, which is in turn with a negative feedback to this summing point, wherein you have a unity feedback here, thus it becomes G3 into A into G1 divided by 1 plus G3 A G1 into 1. Now as you solve this, you substitute the A value, that is this value, in the transfer function, and you get this final answer.